Hey there, it's Derek from Pacific Coast Auto here in Japan. We're looking here at a 1994 Toyota Land Cruiser. This one here bought from auction for export to the USA under the 25-year rule. And this one is different from the ones that we usually get because it has an inline 6-cylinder gasoline engine, whereas most of the ones that we export are the diesel ones. But the gasoline one, especially if you can get one that looks this cool, might be a good deal because prices are about half the cost for the gasoline compared to the diesel ones. And whoa, it's so big that I can't get it all in frame without bumping into the Impreza here. So this one is raised suspension, no body lift, it's full suspension lift, running 35-inch tires, 35 by 12.5 by 16. Aftermarket wheels has been color changed to black with a reasonably good condition paint job. It's good in most areas, with some areas that are a little bit, you can see the wave in it. But in general, it's clean and it's nice. It has a front bush guard, some aftermarket tail lights. Interior has some leather seat covers on it. 118,000 kilometers on it. And engine runs well, but when you first start it up, it idles too high. And then when you switch on the AC, it even idles higher than that. But it seems like once the engine warms up, it settles down into an appropriate idle speed. You can see at the front here, there is oil leak coming from the valve cover gasket. But other than that, I don't see any issues with the engine. And these are engines that are meant to last a really good long time, whether it be gasoline or diesel. So I kind of feel like the gasoline ones here in Japan are going to be kept in better condition on average, but that's not to say that the diesel ones are typically bad. It's just that gasoline ones are more often going to be owned in cities where you're allowed to have gasoline Land Cruisers, and then people in cities are typically a lot wealthier than people in the countryside here in Japan. Look over the auction inspection sheet and then we'll go around the condition of the car. So this one comes from the auction directly, and it's the report on the condition of the vehicle. So let's just set this up here because the vehicle's too large in order to do it on the windshield. So 1994 Land Cruiser 5-door. Auction grade 4 with an interior grade C and exterior B, 118,000 kilometers, a 5-speed manual transmission, and this was a traded in vehicle at the auction, for the dealer. If you look in here, it's all very slight damage. There is an A2 scratch there, but to me that doesn't look like it's a big deal. There are some dents on the roof. U2 would be a medium-sized dent. Let me just show you. You can kind of see the dent. There's one here. But with a vehicle that is this tall, nobody's going to be able to see the dents. And it has the sunroof, cool little deflection piece for the sunroof visor. Very much love those. Whoa, it's a long way down. Okay, so the seller didn't really say anything except for the fact that this doesn't pass the current emissions compliance in Japan, or it doesn't have the certificate for doing so. And so you have to have that done in order to register the vehicle in Tokyo. Color changed car, seat covers, exterior scratches and dents. Aftermarket suspension has been modified. Well, that just means the vehicle has been modified with aftermarket suspension, pardon me. Exhaust, let's see if I can see this properly. Exhaust modified, door mirror scratched, windshield rock chip, interior dirty, floor carpet dirty, headliner is dirty and trim scratched. And steering wheel wear, dashboard glue marks on it, and crack. So the dashboard crack, the T here means crack. That's probably the biggest damage on the car. The color change, original color, we looked this up. It says here that the vehicle is black. It says here color changed, but typically we get an X there, so there was a little bit of a confusion over whether this was original black or color changed black. But it is original green. We looked it up, and the green on this vehicle is a dark green and typically sells for a lower price than the black ones do, because it's a thing in Japan here to have a black Land Cruiser. And boy, does that look good with the aftermarket wheels, the lift, the grille guard. It's very cool. So we got a little bit of a paint damage here. This is one of the paint damages I was talking about. See that little circle? And then having a look at the side panel here, you can judge by yourself. I hear a car behind me. Go ahead, taxi. You may go. Aftermarket markers and headlights in there. And then bush guard has been painted with an undercover or undercoat type wrinkle paint, and it looks really good. This is just water from the radiator cap. I opened it up and more than usual it was like bam! It wasn't even hot. Kind of weird. Over fender gasket pieces or trim pieces have cracked. Pretty common on these. And then aftermarket side winker with protection. Cool. Oh, so nice. So wheels and tires. Tires are 7 years old now, according to the date stamp on them. A 35-inch tire I think is pretty appropriate for this size of a vehicle. It makes it look quite a bit bigger than stock, but not ridiculously so, I think. I think on some of the smaller SUVs, you'll see a 35-inch tire looks too big on it. Well, it depends on your taste in it, but I think it suits this vehicle very close to the ideal size. You can see the aftermarket exhaust here. And it's quite nice looking. With the gasoline engine, you get a very free revving engine. The brum, brum. It's very nice. I drove it up and down the street and it drives pretty nicely, but the knobbly tires on it you can feel through the chassis. So it gets more vibraty than typical. And if you've ever had knobbly tires on a vehicle before, then you know what I mean. And the tires are probably a little bit harder now than when they were brand new. So that's going to cause more vibration as well. Okay, give you a look at this side. And a close-up of this wheel. So Pro Comp wheels, that's really nice. Pro Comp Extreme. So it's a full-time four-wheel drive vehicle, not like some of the earlier Land Cruisers which were switchable. And then it has a center locking differential, which I believe is on all the models. And then this one here has the rear seats. And the cool Land Cruiser opening tailgate. So gasoline models, I didn't realize this, but gasoline models have the tire underneath here. The diesel models have a rear mount tire. Carpeting in here, and then the diesels are 5-seaters, the gasolines are 7-seaters. So you get these extra 2 seats. And these seats came detached from the vehicle, and in order to ship the vehicle, I put them into place and locked them down here. But I didn't put the bolts in because lining them up, especially since I believe they can move forward and back. So lining them up was finicky, and I was like, nope, not going to strip some screws nor spend an extra 30 minutes because of how busy we are. And so I just put them into place and then stuck all of the bolts into the ashtray that's here, which hasn't been used. And then these ones can flip down and then flip against the side to give you more room. And you get this only seen in the gasoline version, extra AC bar at the top with one of the coolest see-through plexiglass. Make sure that you don't lose your visibility there from the side. Very cool Toyota. Close the tailgate and into the car. So no bad smells inside, which is good because a lot of Land Cruiser owners are cigarette smokers as well. These all look appropriate. You're missing one piece here. I don't even know what that switch is for. Okay, so these are leather seat covers. I think you can get this with leather seats. I'm not too sure though. I don't think that the diesel ones ever came with the leather, but I could be wrong about that because I've just never seen it. And then they're not real leather. You can see it's cracked and you can see the fabric underneath. And so probably time to take these off. They are slippery and annoying. Okay, steering wheel is in kind of rough shape. You can see along there and up here. And the gauge panel is cloudy, and it's not just a substance on top of it. This doesn't wipe off. But some of it does, and some of it doesn't, so. 118, 218 at the time. I'm shooting this here, the dashboard cracks. 1, 2, and a small one here, 3. Typical of Toyota 90s vehicles, actually most Japanese 90s vehicles. Center diff lock there, very easy controls. AC works, navigation screen with a reverse monitor in there if you shift into reverse. High gear range and low gear range. With those big tires, it's going to make this a very capable vehicle. The vehicle has been smoked in, it's not terribly stinky, and then you get an extra fridge in here. Have a look. It's a ice maker slash drink cooler. Very cool. And they also had those in like the Toyota Crown and the Hiace as an option, and the Land Cruiser, not many of them have them, so that is super thumbs up, especially since the seller didn't say anything about it. Okay, doormats have the Land Cruiser logo a little bit peeling, and oh, we get this altimeter, very cool to have, and a compass. Also, there's lights on this if you want them, and sunroof. Tilt works, and slide, and deflect the wind in if you want. Very, very cool. Love that. And then it's tinted bronze glass. Look at all the gems on that. Sexy. Okay, into the back seats here. Has a step to step on to get in. Has an extra step here for when you're getting in the back seat. And then this one was on the driver's seat. I just took it out. Carpet looks dirty, but washable. Has a extra table-y thing here. It's a bit flimsy though. And then seats here, which you can fold forward to be not seats anymore. Let's give that a try. Fold, and then this one goes up. That's a bit annoying. I think if you slide the seat back a little bit, you can do it without taking the headrest off, because that's how you get into your rear seat. And this will show you what the pattern of the seats looks like. These ones are only for kids style. And then you can see the bolts that I put in without stripping. I made it a thing because I've, worked on my own Toyotas and stripped bolts, like seat bolts like that. So, whoa, looks like this seat is not working properly. That's weird. So that's okay, but the ratchet, oh, now it's okay. It's just a little bit loose. Something to look at when you get the vehicle. Okay, so this is going to be the end of the video here. We're at 12 minutes, which I guess is not bad for one of these videos. We try to keep them a little bit shorter than this, but it is a very sweet vehicle and well worth having a better look at it. Okay, so that's the report there. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.